Hi everybody, it's Jill from Ripped Jeans and Bifocals. Welcome to Adoption Talk. I thought I would change it up this week and do something a little bit different. Instead of my regular Adoption Talk blog post, I thought I would do a video blog, which for fancy people like me, we call that a vlog. So I'll jump right in. Today's Adoption Talk topic is talking about adoption, and that can mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people. I will say that I have a brother that's adopted, and he was adopted at birth 40 something years ago by my parents, and the conversations about adoption in that time period, and probably more specifically within the last 20 years, have really changed. We talk a lot more openly about adoption, which I think is good from all sides, to how to start an adoption, how to search for birth parents, how to make an adoption plan if you're a birth parent. I think probably thanks to the internet, we're just a lot more open about talking about adoption. I think that's a good thing. But what adoption talk means to me right now, and I have a little bit of a cold, it means talking to my kids about adoption. My kids are, my two boys are 6, and we adopted them when they were 2 and 3.5 respectively from China. So I'm not sure if you're familiar or not, but with international adoptions, there's limited birth and social history. You kind of accept the unknowns going in, and in a lot of ways, their social history and you know, their lives on paper started the day that my husband and I showed up, and there was that small but important slice of life that I mean, we don't know. There's a lot of unknowns, and my kids are coming to the age where those things being unknown are starting to become questions. My kids know that they see pregnant women, and they know that the baby grew in the tummy, and they know that that they didn't grow inside my tummy exactly like that. They know there was a birth mom involved. They know I call it another mother when I talk to them about it, and they know it's different. They can't wrap their mind around it very well just yet, and they ask a lot of the same kinds of questions. So excuse me. I think at 6, I think we're on the verge of the really tough questions, maybe some uncomfortable times, and it's a little bit like living with a time bomb, because you never know when those questions are going to pop up with kids. And with kids this age, they don't have the same view of privacy as a tween or an older child, and you know, they're not always going to wait for the tuck-in or the family dinner table or home time before they will ask a very pointed and difficult question. It might be in the company of other people, while we're sitting in traffic, while we're in line at Walmart. You know, it's just out with it, because it occurred to them and they want to know, regardless of who is around. So we're dealing with a little bit of that. So that's what adoption talk means to me right now. Talking to my kids about adoption, and to help them understand and process the stories of their origin, and you know, my feelings and my husband's feelings on the pieces that we don't know. There have been a lot of different adoption conversations in our past. The conversations to get to adoption, most people, most couples, most families, you know, have a lot of conversation about it before they get to the point where you know, you're meeting the child, adopting the baby. So there's been a lot of past talk in my family between my husband and I about our adoptions. Adoption talk can mean it can mean the really stupid questions that people ask adoptive families sometimes. That's a whole other story. But the doozy for us always remains. My kids are from China, so they're Asian. Most people think that I don't look so Asian. But we were in line at the pharmacy, my son and I, Kyle. He was probably barely 4, and I had not brought any toys or anything to entertain him with while we were out on our errands, and I gave him my phone to play with, because he was, you know, typical whiny little kid while mom had to wait in line. And you know, someone came up and asked me, you know, he's Chinese, oh, he's adopted, yes. And you know, she looked at me and she was like, he's so smart. He's so smart, right? I bet he's going to be so smart. And, you know, I think my kids are smart. We all want our kids to be smart, right? And I looked down at my kid, and he's got my phone in his, pretty much in his mouth. He was just kind of like, and, you know, I was just like, yeah, I think we're, you know, probably looking at a full ride, and he's writing an app with his tongue. And she was just kind of like, what do you say to that? But there's all kinds of things that that can go into Adoption Talk. So I hope you check out Adoption Talk. I am talking about adoption, but I can't talk. On the web today, if you go to ripjeansandbifocals.com and go to the tab at the top that says Adoption Talk Linkup, it'll kind of give you an idea of what we're all about. My 4 very diverse co-hosts and I all meet up online twice a month, and we talk about adoption from different perspectives. So different kinds of adoptive moms, domestic, international, through foster care, you know, mom's the regular way. And then we have a birth mom, 2 birth moms actually, and a birth mom who's actually an adoptee. So we do approach it from all perspectives, and all are welcome as long as you're not a douchebag in the comment section. Nobody likes that. So join us. I can't wait to see what y'all have posted today for talking about adoption and what you have come up with. So thanks for reading, thanks for watching. Check out Rip Jeans and Bifocals, Jill Robbins, that's me, on social media, on Facebook, on YouTube, and Twitter. I'd love to connect with you, but you have yourself a great Thursday. Thanks for plugging into Adoption Talk. Cheers.